Hey guys, how's it going? AJ Phinn here. All right, so we're talking about money. We're talking about forward movement. We're talking about development. Today we're gonna have a lesson about teamwork. Okay, teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so we want to talk like this. All right, so let's say, let's say we got, let's say we're in sales, okay, and we got one person here, okay, that's selling, okay, and let's say that they didn't sleep, okay, and they sold a package per hour, okay, for the day, 24 hours in a day. How many packages did they sell for the day? 24, right? Okay, so round that off to 25 respectively. 25 packages for the day. You gotta respect, you gotta respect that salesman. And that's pretty good. 25 for the day. You gotta give him respect, right? But now when we go on another level, now we're gonna look at this. Let's say that salesman has a team of 10 people, okay? Yeah, he has a team of 10 people and he works with the 10 people, okay? And we're all selling the same package, we're all working together, okay? And we're reaping the benefits as a team, as a group, okay? All right? So let's look at it like this now. So each person sells 24 for the day, okay, hypothetically, okay. Now, what's the number on that? That's with 10 people, right, in the lineup. That's 240. 240? 240? Come on now, look at the difference. Look at the difference. Never mind yourself as the 11th person, okay, 240 plus another 24, that's 264. You can even round that off respectively to 300. 300 packages in one day? In one day? Come on. Like, you gotta study those numbers. You gotta study those numbers, right? So there's this one thing, right? It's actually in my book. I talk about it, this concept, right? When they talk about it, they say, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, right? You check out my book, right? In my book, it talks about this, okay? You see, they say, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. That's not true. That's not true. You see, that saying alone has extinguished, like the flame, of certain people's dreams, like destroyed their dreams. And what I mean, it's like sometimes in some cases I could attest to that, okay, in some ways. But at the end of the day, right, what I'm trying to say is that yeah, there's certain ways of, maybe how you would do it, and right, sometimes you have to just get in there and just show the team, like, okay, this is how we got to do it. And all right, let's do it, make it happen, right? But what I'm trying to say is that there's something called delegation, delegating such tasks to people that can handle them. Like, I'll even show you another thing right here. There's a book I read called The Magic of Thinking Big. That's a really good book. I like that one. The Magic of Thinking Big. Okay, I think it's David Schwartz, right? Yeah, that's the gentleman's name, David Schwartz. All right, so check out that book. That's a good one. The Magic of Thinking Big. All right. So in that book, you're gonna notice that they have this interesting concept of a reasoning where they say if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Okay, give it to a busy person. It sounds kind of interesting because why would you give it to a busy person? Wouldn't you give it to someone that's that has that could fit it into their schedule, right? But what they're saying is that a busy person could probably fit it better into their schedule because they'll actually do it. They'll actually get it done, and because they're used to making quantum leaps. They don't look at something like, let me tell you something. When I was a kid, my mom always told me this thing I'll never forget, like the difference between the Eastern and the Western culture of the world. And we're working on it. We're getting better. And no one's perfect, right? But when you study it, my mom looked at this and she said, in the Western culture, they tend to identify with the problem, so that when there's an issue and there's a problem that arises, it's just like, oh man, this problem, we got to figure it out. It's just like a stress thing, like it just becomes a worry. Whereas in the Eastern culture, it's more like they witness the problem. So when you look at an issue, you look at a problem and it's like, okay, all right, so we're gonna fix it. Like, all right, so let's work on it, right? So that's what it comes down to, right? So when you have the proper team, the necessary team in place, especially when it's like it's almost like a military training in a sense, or a military encampment, or just a tight ship is what I'm trying to say basically, right? Like those are the businesses that, I mean, sometimes you could be too strict too. You don't want to be too strict. You don't want to be too strict until to the point where employees are running away from you, they just quit, right? But there's got to be a sense of order. There's got to be a sense of order in the community. There's got to be a sense of order in the home. There's got to be a sense of order in the educational, in the school system, and there's got to be a sense of order in business. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. When we're, looking to earn money, we need to create order. And the interesting thing I'll tell you about order is it's not really this big difficult thing to design. It's more like you figure out a program, you figure out something that works, because you build a business, and business is very interesting in that way because it has that trial and error aspect to it, right? But you just go and you just go and you just go. But what I'm saying is that you what happens is that patterns and sequences appear through some of that trial and error. Also study, don't just do trial and error by itself. There's something I have this, there's another reasoning, it's a lesson, QLP lesson. We talk about, basically it goes like this. It's trial and error must be mixed with listen to the expert. So there's listen to the expert is a reasoning that we talk about, and we'll you can learn about that, and if you take a QLP course, we can talk about that. We explain more about that. We could give you a sample at some point, on one of the videos here, but basically, yeah, we're always moving forward, right? And there's an idea that we also talk about, this interesting idea that goes like this, where it's like I like to say this whole idea. I say I don't like to look at anything in life as difficult, no, like I know that there's a basically it's a growth thing, right? So you could grow. Just look at anything like it's a growth thing. You can just look at it as a growth thing, to grow. It's an opportunity to grow. So instead of using the word difficult, I like to use the word challenging, so we can go through that challenge, and after we go through that challenge, or during that challenge, we're going to grow. So remember this one thing here, because this is one of my favorites. Earl Nightingale, okay? Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, okay? And an ideal is an idea that you've fallen in love with, that you're in love with this idea. It's just, right? So success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, okay? So basically what that means is, as long as you are, going, like, basically all it means is that as long as you're doing something every day, okay, towards that goal, even if it's one thing, okay, right, as long as you're moving in that direction, you're always right, okay, you're successful. You're successful. Don't let them fool you. Oh, you're successful, this person's not, or this person's successful and you're not. No, that's a joke. That's a joke, okay? As a creative being, choosing to use the creative powers, okay, that's within us, you can really make moves, okay? All right, so let's make this happen. Let's do what we want to do, okay? Instead of, I have another saying. You're gonna like this one. This one's kind of interesting, and check this one out. This one goes like this: instead of doing the what do they call it? Overworked and underpaid. How about underworked and overpaid? Yeah, how do you like that? Underworked and overpaid. And you know what I mean? At the same time, we're not going to be underworked in a certain manner. Basically, we always work. Real entrepreneurs, we don't retire. We don't retire. We don't retire. We don't retire. We'll play golf, but that doesn't mean just because we're chilling on the golf course playing golf, I play golf. You know what I mean? I'm not like the best golf player, but it's fun. You know what I mean? And can play some golf. You know what I mean? But personally, I like all kind of sports. Basketball, it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to give you an idea. Sometimes they make this image like golf is for rich people or whatever. You know what I mean? Golf is for anyone to play, and the thing about golf is that it kind of has that that interesting feel to it, where it's kind of like, to be able to play the sport, you kind of needed to create some time in your life. So stop trading time for money. You know what I mean? Check out QLP. Check out Team AJP. You know what I mean? Stop trading time for money. You want to get some of that time back. You want to get some money. You know what I mean? You want to make a lot of money. You want to make some changes. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just about changes in your life. Even just a few changes. Even if it's not like, you know, you're trying to, you know, this money thing, or you know, there's different aspects in life. Okay, different aspects in life and different things that you can do. Right? So, all right, you know, we're gonna make moves. We're gonna make moves. We're gonna make moves. We're gonna make moves. We're gonna make moves, and we're gonna study. Okay, study, 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 study. Okay, but don't be. I mean, be analytical, but don't just study and not make moves. Don't make moves and don't study either. You know, you could make those chess moves and you're not studying the chessboard. Okay, but don't study the chessboard to the point where, you know, you lost the war, you lost the battle. You know what I mean? And you even lost the war because you're not playing the game properly. So learn to play the game properly. Learn to play the game properly. And if we're dealing with business, deal with customer service. It's as simple as that. AJ Phinn signing out. Okay, let's do this. Let's make this happen. Let's make this money. Treat your brothers and your sisters with kindness and decency, you know. And there's got to be order. Remember, order. Order in business, order in the home, order in the community. Talk to you soon. AJ Phinn signing out. Let's do this. All right? Top of the morning.